Welcome to Brave English Podcast.
Your journey from stuttering to standing out.
Hello, 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 and welcome back to the Brave English Podcast. I am your host, Emmy, and I am feeling absolutely electric today. It is 5:30 a.m. I've already been for a 5-kilometer jog. I've had my green smoothie, and I am ready to help you conquer the world, or at least conquer your English goals.
I am here. I have arrived. Please forgive my tardiness. It was not my intention to be late for our recording session.
Jack, you look like you just ran a marathon, but without the fancy running shoes. What happened?
It was a catastrophic event, Emmy. I could not locate my metallic house opening devices.
Your what?
My keys. I lost my keys. Again. I spent 20 minutes looking under the sofa, inside the refrigerator, don't ask why, and even in the cat's bed.
Oh, Jack, stop right there. I could not locate my metallic house opening devices. Tardiness? You're doing it again. You're falling into the textbook trap.
But I am being precise. I am being a serious student of the English language.
No, Jack, you sound like a robot from a 1980s sci-fi movie. Listeners, this is exactly what we're talking about today. Being brave in English isn't about being perfect. It's about being natural.
I suppose you are right. I'm a mess today.
And that is why everyone loves you. But before we dive into Jack's disastrous morning, we have a very important message. If you want to stop sounding like a dictionary and start sounding like a real person, you need to join the Brave Speakers community.
Yes, do not just learn words, learn how to live in English. Subscribe to the channel right now. Hit that bell icon and unlock your natural voice.
Because when you subscribe, you aren't just following a channel, you're committing to being a brave speaker. Now, Jack, let's go back to the very beginning of your catastrophic morning. All right, let's talk about the first moment of the day. For me, I love to rise and shine. My alarm goes off at 5 a.m. and I don't hesitate. I pop out of bed, open the curtains, and enjoy 10 minutes of meditative silence before the world starts moving.
5 a.m., Emmy? That is not a time for humans. That is a time for ghosts and very confused birds.
It's the best part of the day. But what about you? How do you wake up?
Well, my alarm begins its noise at 7 a.m., and then I perform a very important ritual. I hit the snooze button.
Just once?
No, I hit the snooze button approximately 15 times. I am in a constant state of negotiation with my phone. Just 5 more minutes, I tell the device. Please be merciful.
Jack, I tell the device? Just say, I tell my phone. And instead of the alarm begins its noise, just say, my alarm goes off.
Okay. My alarm goes off and I snooze it until 8:15. By the time I finally get up, I am already behind schedule.
Wait, there's a big difference there. Listeners, did you catch that? Jack said wake up and then get up. Wake up is when your eyes open. Get up is when your feet actually hit the floor. Jack wakes up at 7, but he doesn't get up until he's practically late for work.
It's a struggle. And then the bathroom disaster begins. I stumble into the bathroom, trying to freshen up, but I am so tired that I behave like a clumsy bear.
A clumsy bear? Tell me more.
This morning, I was attempting to wash my face. I reached for the face wash, but in my blindness, I grabbed the peppermint shampoo.
Oh no!
Oh, yes. I scrubbed my face with it. And then, Emmy, it happened. The shampoo in the eye incident. It burned like 1,000 suns. I was screaming, "Help! I am blinded by the peppermint."
Jack, you are a disaster. See, my bathroom routine is my holy grail. I have a 10-step skincare routine. I cleanse, I tone, I moisturize. It's all about taking care of yourself before the day gets crazy. I use that time to freshen up my skin and my mind. 10 steps? I have 2 steps. Step 1, try not to die. Step 2, brush off the toothpaste from my shirt. Let's give Jack a brave upgrade. Jack, you said I was attempting to wash my face. That's very formal. Try I was trying to wash my face. And instead of I was screaming, try I was yelling.
I was trying to wash my face, but I ended up yelling because of the shampoo. Better?
Much better. And that phrasal verb, brush off, you used it well. You brush off dust or toothpaste from your clothes. It means to remove something with a quick movement.
I do a lot of brushing off because I always spill things. But after the bathroom tragedy, I have to hurry to the kitchen. I have no time for meditative smoothies.
Honestly, Jack, I don't know how you're still standing. Dry cereal and peppermint eyes? That's a rough start. For me, the kitchen is like a laboratory of health. I usually whip up a beautiful smoothie bowl. It's all about the presentation. Blueberries on one side, chia seeds perfectly aligned, and a drizzle of honey.
A smoothie bowl? Emmy, let's be honest. That is just a salad that had a tragic accident in a blender. It is not real food, it is liquid with decorations.
Hey, it's delicious and packed with vitamins. Plus, I meal prep everything on Sunday nights. My oats are soaking in the fridge, my fruit is chopped and ready. I don't have to think, I just execute the plan. It's the perfectionist way.
My kitchen experience is more like a scene from an action movie where everything is exploding. I do not whip up meals. I grab a bite of whatever hasn't grown mold yet. Today, I was searching for my keys, which I eventually found in the fruit bowl, by the way, while trying to make toast.
At least toast is easy. You can't mess up toast, right?
Oh, you underestimate me. I put the bread in, and then I realized I was wearing 2 different socks, one blue, one gray with tiny ducks on it. I started a frantic search for a matching pair. By the time I found the second duck sock under the radiator, the kitchen smelled like a campfire.
I started a frantic search, Jack? Sounds like you're reading a mystery novel. Just say, I started looking everywhere, or I went on a hunt for my socks.
Fine. I went on a hunt for my socks, and meanwhile, my bread turned into a piece of charcoal. It was a burnt piece of toast tragedy. I didn't even have time to scrape the black parts off. I just had to bolt it down and run.
Bolt down. Great phrasal verb. Listeners, if you bolt down your food, you're eating so fast, you're practically not chewing. It's the opposite of savoring a meal.
I haven't savored a meal since 2019, Emmy. I am a busy man. I bolted down that burnt toast, took one sip of cold coffee, and realized the bus was coming in exactly 3 minutes.
3 minutes? My house is a 4-minute walk from the stop. I leave exactly 6 minutes before the bus arrives so I can walk at a steady, natural pace.
I do not walk. I sprint. I am the Usain Bolt of people who forget their umbrellas. I was running down the street, toast crumbs on my shirt, one duck sock falling down, yelling, "Wait, stop the vehicle!"
Stop the vehicle? Jack, please. Just yell, "Wait for me," or "Hold the bus." Nobody says vehicle unless they are a police officer writing a ticket.
You're right. I sound like I'm arresting the bus driver. But seriously, Emmy, I reached the stop just as the doors were closing. I had to do the awkward hand wave to get him to open up.
Oh, the desperation wave. I know it well. But see, that's the difference. Because I'm organized, my kitchen time is a piece of cake.
Piece of cake? Are we talking about breakfast again?
No, silly, it's an idiom. If something is a piece of cake, it means it's very easy to do. My routine is a piece of cake because I plan it. Your routine is a recipe for disaster.
A recipe for disaster. I like that. It's very appropriate. My kitchen is the kitchen of chaos. But tell me, once you're on that bus, sitting there all perfect with your matching socks, what do you do?
Oh, that's when the productive commute begins. I don't just sit there, I use every second.
Of course you do. I usually just try to stop my heart from beating so fast after the sprint.
Well, listeners, stay tuned because next we're going to talk about the commute. Whether you're hopping on a bus, driving through a traffic jam, or sprinting like Jack, we've got the brave upgrades you need to talk about your journey.
And I'll tell you about the time I accidentally sat on a lady's sandwich because the bus turned too fast.
Oh, Jack, no.
Oh yes, it was a very flat tuna sandwich.
We'll be right back after this. A tuna sandwich, Jack? Really? That is exactly why I always scan the seat before I sit down. You can't just launch yourself into a chair like a rocket.
It was an emergency, Emmy. I had just finished my Olympic sprint to catch the bus. My lungs were on fire, my tie was over my shoulder, and I saw one empty seat. I didn't see the lady staring at me in horror. I just sat.
I had just finished my Olympic sprint. While that's funny, you said catch the bus. That's a perfect, natural phrase. To catch the bus or catch a train means to get there just in time. But Jack, you also said I didn't see the lady staring at me. Try I didn't notice the lady. It sounds more like you were in your own world.
I was definitely in my own world, a world of pain and embarrassment. The lady looked at her flat sandwich, then looked at me, and I just said, "I am deeply sorry for the destruction of your lunch."
Jack, destruction of your lunch? So formal. Just say, "My bad, I didn't mean to sit on that." Or even better, "I'm so sorry, I didn't see it there."
My bad. I will try to remember that for the next time I crush someone's food. But tell me, Emmy, I assume your commute involves sitting gracefully and looking out the window like a movie star?
Not exactly a movie star, but I am a productive commuter. My commute, which for our listeners is the journey you make every day between home and work, is my favorite time to learn. I hop on the bus, find a quiet spot, and immediately put on my noise-canceling headphones. You hop on? That sounds so cheerful, like a bunny. It's a very common phrasal verb. You hop on a bus, a train, or a bike. It means to get on quickly and easily. And once I'm on, I spend the next 40 minutes reading a book or listening to an educational podcast. It makes the time fly by.
40 minutes? My bus journey feels like 40 years, especially when we get stuck in a traffic jam.
Oh, the dreaded traffic jam. That's when the road is completely blocked with cars and nothing is moving.
Exactly. And because I'm always late, I'm sitting there checking my watch every 3 seconds, sweating and praying to the traffic gods. Today, the bus was so crowded that I was standing with my face pressed against the glass. I looked like a fish in an aquarium.
Poor Jack. See, I actually enjoy the slow parts. If there's a delay, I just listen to another chapter of my audiobook. By the time I hop off at my stop, I feel like I've already achieved something.
When I hop off, I usually realize I've forgotten something. Today, it was my umbrella. I left it right next to the flat tuna sandwich.
Oh, Jack, you really are a brave speaker in training. Listeners, did you hear those opposites? Emmy hops on with a plan, Jack catches the bus with a prayer. I use the commute to grow, Jack uses it to survive social disasters.
It is a survival skill, Emmy, but we've arrived at the office. Or in my case, I have stumbled into the lobby.
Well, get ready, because the next part of our routine is the 9 to 5 grind. We're going to talk about work, meetings, and why Jack's textbook English makes his boss think he's from the year 1850.
I think my boss thinks I am a very polite ghost.
Let's find out. Stay tuned. Okay, Jack, we've made it. We've survived the commute, the tuna sandwiches, and the missing socks. Now it's time for the 9 to 5 grind. For me, this is where the magic happens. I walk into the office, sit down, and immediately start crushing my to-do list.
Crushing, Emmy? That sounds very violent. Did the list do something to offend you?
No, silly. To crush a to-do list means to finish your tasks quickly and successfully. I love the feeling of ticking off those boxes. I always try to stay ahead of deadlines so I never feel stressed at the last minute.
I am the opposite. I do not crush things. I procrastinate. I look at my list, the list looks at me, and then I decide that the most important task in the world is to organize my paper clips by color.
Jack, I decide that the most important task is too long. Just say, I end up organizing my paper clips instead. And procrastinate, great word. It means to delay doing something that you should do.
I am a professional procrastinator, but when I finally do speak to my manager, I try to be very professional. This morning, I walked into his office and said, "Greetings, Mr. Henderson. I am inquiring if you have a moment to discuss the statistical data regarding our recent expenditures."
Oh, Jack, stop. Inquiring if you have a moment? Recent expenditures? Your boss probably thought you were trying to sell him a 19th century insurance policy.
But it is correct English.
It's correct, but it's not natural. Try a brave upgrade. Hey, Mr. Henderson, do you have a sec to go over the budget? It's much shorter, uses go over, a phrasal verb meaning to review, and sounds like you actually belong in this century.
Do you have a sec? That feels so dangerous, like I'm being too bold.
It's not bold, it's efficient. In the work, we use work collocations to describe our day. For example, I spent my first 2 hours in deep work.
Deep work? Is that like deep sea diving but with spreadsheets?
Not exactly. Deep work means working in a state of intense focus without any distractions. No phone, no emails, just me and my project. It's how I stay so productive.
I cannot do deep work. I am usually in a state of deep coffee. In fact, I had a coffee machine disaster today. I was trying to make an espresso, but I pressed the wrong button and the machine started shaking. It sprayed hot milk everywhere, on my desk, on my duck socks, and even on the boss's cat.
Oh, not the cat, Jack. You're swamped with disasters.
Swamped? Is that another water metaphor?
Yes, if you are swamped, it means you have so much work or so many problems that you feel like you're drowning in it. I'm swamped with emails or I'm swamped with meetings.
Oh, I am definitely swamped. I had back-to-back meetings all afternoon. One finished at 2 o'clock and the next started at 2 o'clock. I didn't even have time to breathe, let alone clean the milk off the cat.
Back to back. Perfect. That means one right after the other with no break. See? You're learning the lingo.
I am learning the lingo, but I am also losing my mind. I need to leave this office before I break something else.
Well, the good news is that the workday is almost over. Up next, we're leaving the 9 to 5 behind and looking at how we wind down after work. Will Jack survive his meeting with friends, or will he sit on another sandwich?
At this point, Emmy, anything is possible.
Let's find out. Can you hear that, Jack? That is the sound of 5 p.m. The workday is officially over, and while most people are rushing home to sit on the couch, I am just getting started. This is my favorite part of the day, the post-work chill.
Chill, Emmy. I am currently in a state of horizontal paralysis. I have collapsed on the couch. I am not chilling. I am recovering from the trauma of the coffee machine incident. My legs do not work. My brain is a puddle.
Jack, that is exactly why you feel so tired. You need to wind down properly. To wind down means to gradually relax your body and mind. For me, the best way to do that is through movement. I usually head straight to the park for a jog, or if it's a hot day, I go swimming.
Wait, I am doing the buzzer now. Swimming? Chalking? Emmy, you just worked 8 hours. Why are you running away from your own house? Are the paper clips chasing you?
No, it's about energy. When I exercise, I clear all the work stress out of my system. It's like a reset button. By the time I'm done, I feel refreshed and ready to hang out with my friends. We usually meet up for a healthy dinner, lots of greens, lots of protein.
Healthy dinner. Of course. I bet you even use a napkin and eat with a knife and fork. See, my socializing is a bit more spontaneous.
Spontaneous? Jack, you told me earlier you fell asleep on the sofa and woke up 10 minutes before you were supposed to meet the guys.
It was a very deep nap. I woke up in a panic. I realized I was supposed to be at the restaurant in 15 minutes. I didn't have time to freshen up or meal prep. I just grabbed the nearest shirt, threw it on, and ran out the door.
And this is where the disaster happens, right?
Precisely. I arrived at the cafe feeling very cool and fast. I sat down to hang out with Dave and Sarah. We started to catch up, talking about our week, our boss, the usual stuff. But I noticed Sarah was looking at my neck very strangely.
Was it the peppermint shampoo again?
Worse, she leaned in and whispered, "Jack, did you get dressed in a dark cave?" I looked down and Emmy, my shirt was inside out. The tags were flapping in the wind. The seams were showing. I looked like I had been dressed by a very confused squirrel.
Oh, Jack, inside out. That is the ultimate chaotic Jack moment. But hey, at least you used hang out and catch up perfectly.
I try. Hang out for the fun time and catch up for the information. But it's hard to be a brave speaker when your friends are laughing at your laundry.
Don't worry, Jack. Even with your shirt inside out, you're still the heart of the podcast. Finally, we reach the most sacred part of my day, the wind down. To make sure I'm ready for my 5 a.m. alarm, I start my digital detox at 9 p.m. No phone, no laptop, and no blue light. I just light a lavender candle and read a few chapters of a physical book.
A physical book? Like made of paper? Emmy, how do you scroll through the pages? How do you check the comments?
You don't. That's the point. Because my mind is calm, I usually drift off to sleep within seconds of my head hitting the pillow.
Drift off. That sounds like a dream. My night is more like a horror movie. I tell myself, Jack, it is time to hit the sack. I get into bed at 11 p.m., but then the TikTok monster grabs me.
Hit the sack. Great idiom, Jack. It just means to go to bed. But what do you mean by the TikTok monster?
I start scrolling, just one more video, I say. Suddenly, it's 3 a.m. and I'm watching a video about how to build a house out of mud in the jungle. Then, when I finally turn off the phone, I start tossing and turning.
Tossing and turning. Listeners, this is what you do when you move around constantly in bed because you can't sleep or you're anxious. What are you worried about, Jack?
Everything. I worry about the flat tuna sandwich. I worry if the boss's cat hates me. I even start worrying that there is a monster under my bed waiting for me to fall asleep. It's exhausting.
Jack, the only monster under your bed is the pile of dirty socks you haven't washed yet. Try a brave upgrade. Instead of I'm worrying, try I'm stressing out or my mind is racing. It sounds much more natural when talking about sleep problems. Well, we survived. From the 5 a.m. jog to the 3 a.m. scrolling, that is a day in the life of the Brave English podcast hosts. Here's your brave tip of the day. Stop trying to find the perfect word. Use contractions, use phrasal verbs, and let your English be as messy and as real as Jack's morning.
Wait, Emmy, my hand. It felt something cold. My keys! They were behind the mustard. Why were my keys behind the mustard?
Because you are a chaotic legend, Jack.
Well, at least I can go home now. Listeners, if you want to see more of my disasters and Emmy's perfect smoothie bowls, make sure to subscribe. Click that button, join the Brave Speakers, and tell us in the comments, are you an Emmy or a Jack?
We read every single comment. Thank you for listening, and remember, don't be perfect.
Be brave.
See you next time.